Hey everybody, you're looking live on tape from a very Christmassy Animal Kingdom on November the 4th. But as you see behind me, Christmas has arrived at the Disney parks. We were in the Magic Kingdom last night. We're kind of blown away with all the early Christmas decorations that are already in effect. So anxious to see what else Animal Kingdom has in store for us today. Today we're going to go to a much maligned part of this park, which is called Rafiki's Planet Watch. And if you haven't been there, I don't know if you're missing a whole lot, but everybody that talks about it or goes to it kind of bangs on it. But we'll see for ourselves. I have taken the animation class there before. It is pretty fun, and I am supplied with Joffrey's iced coffee, which this is not good coffee here. That is not one of my better Joffrey's iced coffee. But glad you could join me today. It is overcast. It's about 73, 74 degrees, but the sun is not out. Should be a pretty comfortable day here at the parks. Let's get to it. So far from what I've seen, there's not a whole lot of, it's not crazy crowded, but it is Jersey week, so I'm getting a lot of northern accents as I walk through the parks here today. Crowd level wise, I'd give this about a 5.8. It's not too bad. It's just kind of crazy because of all the Christmas carols, Animal Kingdom style with the drums and whatnot. It's kind of weird, so kind of cool. I'll flip you guys around. I'll give you a view of the crowd scene I'm looking at. Yeah, kind of what we're looking at. Not too shabby at all. So even though the crowds look kind of light, the safari was 50 minutes, so that's a little long for me. But what I am going to do is go up to the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trails and hopefully get some good photos. I enjoy this. Just to me, it's almost kind of better than the safari. You don't get to see the wide variety of the animals, but you do get up close and personal, and you kind of go at your own pace. So we'll head up there for now, and we'll check back on the safari, see if that wait time drops just a little bit. So the best part about this walking trail is that and right on cue, it's generally not very busy. But you know, me and my luck, I picked rush hour, so that was great. Like literally there was no one in here 30 seconds ago, but that's fine. But it is very peaceful and tranquil, and tip from the pros, it's also like really shaded, so if you need a break from the heat, this is a great spot to tuck back into this trail because there's tons of coverage. Gets you out of the sun. It's not air conditioning, but shade does make a big difference. Today it doesn't really matter because the sun's not out, but really, really nice back in here. This might be the greatest bench I've ever seen at a Disney park. Look at that detail. It's kind of tucked away behind the Okapi enclosure, but it just goes to show you, you never know what you're gonna find just back here in this jungle that they've created. Pretty darn impressive. But you can see, even in a bustling theme park, there's parts of it that you can escape to get away from the crowds and the hustle and the bustle. Really, really cool. Gorgeous as well. It's hard to believe all this stuff's man-made. It just didn't happen, just naturally didn't appear back here, obviously, but pretty darn impressive. Also on this trail, if you kind of look through and look around really good at the detailing, the theming, you've got a Bush radio here, for example. You've got a first aid kit, fuel jugs, Something I was noticing at the Okapi enclosure, there's little field notes throughout, like scientists have been working in the bush and gathering information. But really, really spectacular detail through here. And through this area, you have different reptiles. See if I can zoom in and get some pictures of these guys. If I do, I'll throw them up in a slideshow. But it's kind of how the trail works. You just kind of walk through, and sometimes they'll have little buildings with little exhibits. Pretty neat. I'm coming up into the bird area now, and I'm gonna hopefully get some good photos of everything that's flying around. I see a lot of birds, so really, really cool. I just ran them off, but here you got meerkats. One always stands guard, looking out for birds and other threats. So these are 6 brothers that live in this facility here, and you can see a better shot of the group there. That's pretty awesome. I can zoom that in. These little guys chilling. That dye on their furs to identify them, to keep, tell one from each other. And it kind of helps them, if one of them gets sick, they'll know which one but that's the green dye on their fur. It's a great shot. Meerkats, they're always on the lookout for sure. Look at that guy. Just left the gorilla habitat, and every time I go through there, it's kind of bittersweet because it just looks sad being in there. And I'm sure they get the Royal Disney treatment of being taken care of and all that good stuff. It's just, I don't know, conflicted, because they're gorgeous creatures and they're endangered, but it's just kind of sad being stuck in that cage all your life. But you don't have to worry about lions, I'm sure, but or other predators. But it just, I don't know, really cool to look at, but kind of feel bad if they're stuck in there. Right beside the Gorilla Falls walk is the entrance to Rafiki's Planet Watch, which begins by taking a train over to the area. Like I said, the place gets people really like to hate on Rafiki's Planet Watch, and to be honest, it's not that great, but figured I'm back here, killing some time, hoping that the safari wait time will go down. We'll see what's doing back in here. It's been a minute. It's probably been a year or more since I've been there. Interesting fact, I actually have a photo or drawing. I don't know what's going on here. Hold on to that fact for just a minute. So we're gonna hop aboard this train that's pulling into the station. Staying true to the theme, if you kind of look up top, you see all the luggage and stuff people might need for a trek into the deepest Africa. Anyway, back to my story. If you get a conservation station, which is where we're headed, you can take an art of animation class, which you kind of learn how to draw a famous Disney character by an actual Disney artist. And I got the picture the actual artist drew. I got the guy to give it to me. It's actually in our bathroom, master bathroom at our house. I put it in an Animal Kingdom frame. I'm sure they probably still sell those frames, but if you ask the artist nicely, they'll give you their picture and sign and date it. And mine is from 2019, near my birthday, December 5th. Is how I remember that, but we'll take a peek and see if they still sell those up here. Kind of had to laugh because even one of the kids on the train was like, when the train stopped, he asked his dad, "Is that it?" It's kind of an unthrilling train ride. It takes about, I don't know, 5 minutes, kind of through the backstage area of the park over here to Rafiki's. Two main draws over here are the animation class, which we talked about earlier, followed up by the petting zoo, where they have goats and other animals you can actually pet. Strangely enough, during COVID, you weren't allowed to pet the goats, which not sure why that was, but COVID. All through Animal Kingdom, you're also going to find little wilderness explorer stations. It's a free game the kids can play that they go around to different little areas and learn more about the animals and how Disney cares for the animals. Pretty interesting. I've never done it. We'll do it one day. But they're all over the park. I mean, just every little nook and cranny, there's a different station. They have a cast member there that'll kind of walk you through what the park's all about and what you can do to help. So pretty neat. It's educational and fun. So here is where you can obviously go pet goats, and there's pigs and sheep. So I will warn you, if you don't have tolerances for the fragrances of nature, this may not be your spot. But this guy living his best life, man. You got to be a lucky pig to end up at Disney World. That's all I can tell you. Guy probably eats better than I do. But as you see, kiddos get a chance to interact with the animals, and really, really cool. I did pop by the gift shop. They no longer sell those frames that I was talking about earlier, and if I remember, I'll get a photo of it, kind of show you what I'm talking about. It's a really nice frame. I think I paid like $35 or $40 for it. It's been a couple years ago though, so, and I do not see it at the gift shop now, so that should be louder. Inside here is where you're going to find the animation class, as well as working vets. You'll get to see some animals as well, but every once in a while you'll be able to see them actually doing a procedure up here in this little OR area. It could be something as simple as a teeth cleaning for an animal, or all the way, I mean, it's just pretty amazing. But that's thankfully, or unluckily, depending on how you look at it, I don't see any procedures going on now, which I guess is a good thing. But you can kind of see, I've seen them working on animals before. It's pretty neat. But directly across from this is the animation experience. Basically, the animator's gonna set up there, and they have a camera that looks down and kind of projects it on these screens and kind of gives you a tutorial or how to draw whichever character that the artist is going to draw. I think the last time we did it we had Scar, but the characters changed. It's a fun experience if you've never done it. Highly recommend. I think we actually got fast passes to it one time. Excuse me. But this also, if you're melting down from the Florida heat and it's 95 degrees, 100% humidity, that's a great place to cool off and take a cool class. The kids really liked it. Here's that small gift shop I was talking about. I did go through. I didn't see the frame, and it's kind of a hodgepodge. Everything from grape soda t-shirts, of course all your Lion King merch. Kind of disappointing again. Animal Kingdom really lets me down on their merch selection. But folks, that's about it on Rafiki's Planet Watch. It is, again, maybe rightfully so, I don't know. There's not a lot going on back here. I'm not really sure they could get it better or make it better just because of the location and the limited real estate. I mean, it is, again, it's kind of tucked away, you know, off the beaten path. You have to take a train to get back here. It is a lot calmer than the main part of the park, you know, with your attractions and whatnot, but you kind of get what you get. I mean, it is a nice little walk, chill through these, again, forested areas. So, pretty cool. Good thing, or one lucky break, I guess you might say, is I caught the train perfectly for the ride back. Literally walked right onto the train. I've been sitting there, like, had bad timing out of there in the past, and I'm sure it's not long, but it just seems a lot longer when you're just like, okay, I spent enough time at Rafiki's Planet Watch, I'm ready to head back. But luckily that time it was just perfect. So I'm gonna go back and check the wait times for the safari. If it's still over 30 minutes, I probably won't do it. But if it's less than 30, probably strongly consider it. I'm also kind of hungry, but not super hungry. I was thinking about getting lunch at Yak and Yeti, but I don't really want a big, giant meal right now. I'm not super hungry, so might grab a snack. We'll see how that plays out as well. So the wait time for the safari was 35 minutes, which is, I know it sounds crazy, but it is 5 minutes above my max for that. But it just proves to show you can see plenty of wildlife at Animal Kingdom, not even do the safari. So I think now we're gonna walk over towards China, see what we can't see. Crowd's definitely starting to pick up a wee bit. That drumming you hear is the natives going restless, or getting restless. So we're gonna head over to China, see what we can find, maybe get a snack. Might wrap it up after that. There's really not much left that I had set on getting done today, so we shall see. So the kite show's going on. Those of you that remember last time I tried to watch this show, it did not go as anticipated. They canceled the show, but kind of see it over there in the distance, but apparently they tow and like kites behind a jet ski. Yeah, there you go. It's a good view. See, they have like jet skis stationed around. Used to do the Rivers of Light over here. I have not seen that full kite show, but that'll give you a taste of what the general idea is behind it. Basically, they look like inflatables, sort of. Tow it behind the jet skis, so kind of cool. Something. I think that's gonna do it. Got a little tree of light behind me there. Thanks for joining me today. I do appreciate it. A couple takeaways from today's visit. Number one, keep in mind, I'm a huge Christmas guy. Huge. It's pretty much the only holiday I really celebrate. And it's just kind of weird. I don't know how else to put it. Maybe it's the heat. But I don't know if you can hear Let It Snow Animal Kingdom style behind me, but that's throughout the park. And
there we go.
Not to mention the fact of all the decorations already out, which I didn't know how it's going to feel, but I do like it. Just a heads up, if you plan on coming down just a couple days after Halloween, be prepared for the Christmas onslaught. That being said, I thought we had a fun day today, even though we didn't get on the safari. We did the Gorilla Falls trek. We got to go to Rafiki's Planet Watch. And unfortunately, I have to say that it is not good. But if you've never been, I recommend it, if that makes sense. But after seeing all the conservation message, my closing statement always stands true, but especially here at Animal Kingdom. Folks, keep the parks clean.